This is the video on spectator play. Spectator play is really important. It's something that happens naturally for a lot of kids, and that may happen later or sporadically for children on the spectrum, adults on the spectrum. So they can go back and forth with it, like any of these stages. It's really neat because spectator play, as the child, it's when one child is watching the activity that another child or person is doing, but not engaging with it. They're just watching. But they're learning a lot through just watching. So whatever the activity is, that person is modeling for them that action, that behavior, that game, whatever it is. And it really is important because we may not think that they're going to be able to maybe execute something just through spectating, but really they are quite often, kind of, they're storing it in their archives, giving themselves a chance to make sense of it. And then all of a sudden, sometimes you'll see they'll just start doing what they've been observing. So with my son, for example, he used to love watching me do my exercise videos. And I didn't know at that time that it's spectator play that he was doing, really. And I didn't know he was really taking anything in. I knew he was enjoying it and really interested. And then till later, all of a sudden he'd start doing some of the exercise moves from it on his own. So I had been modeling that for him, and through spectator play, he was able to take it and make sense of it. And then within, it was a week or two or something, he just started doing the activities. So you may think that just through them doing spectator play, they're not getting enough because you're not, doing hand over hand activity with them or something like that, but they're really taking in whatever they're watching. And it's neat because it means that they're learning to take in the world around them. So with my son, for example, years ago, there was zero spectator play. He was literally in solitary play all the time. He didn't respond to any auditory stimulation, any visual stimulation, physical stimulation, nothing. He just did what he did by himself all the time. So it's neat because once you see them start to do certain solitaire or spectator play, it's them learning to take in the world around them. They've opened up a little bit to what's going on around them, and again, it's not all of these stages are natural things that happen, not necessarily in a progressive line for kids on the spectrum or for any kid for that matter, really. I really think all kids do things at their own time. They'll do something, that's way ahead of something else and then jump back a couple steps. But it is something that does happen. For instance, babies, they do spectator play when, they're watching their parents clean. And then you see little babies quite often will want to wipe up their area or wipe off their face or sweep with the broom. So it's a really it's a neat thing when children start to do spectator play because they're taking it in and they're storing it till they can use it themselves. So that's spectator play.